Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be an intriguing matchup between the New Orleans Saints and the Cincinnati Bengals. With that, let's get up to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. For the call, we bring in our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach. Well, with the Ohio River and the hills of Kentucky just to our right, we welcome you into Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Cincinnati Bengals. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The final week of the NFL season, Week 17, is underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now a carry for Portis, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
He finds McCoy.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route, and they just executed that one pretty well.
They'll run it here with Portis. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Here's Portis. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Here's Brown, operating from the gun. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Now, that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
So now the Bengals get ready for their first drive. At a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator say right off the top? He's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Check 13. Check 59.
Back to throw. McConnell flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
I'm going to hit you all
They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down. On first down, McConnell. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Exit. Check 59.
To throw again. McConnell. Going right, and that's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 30. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Looking to throw. McConnell. And this is caught at the 8. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
The quick slant caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. A 2-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And that was really just a great battle for that football on both sides. The result is a touchdown.
Ordinarily, I'd like to say it was a win-win, but it really wasn't because the defender, while he was there with excellent coverage, he didn't get the benefit, did he?
But he's not going to get chewed up in film session, will
No, he was right there. They'll tell him, okay, of course you need to knock the ball away, but they won't be too upset with him. He did his job for the most part.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Taken down by the Bengal pressure.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now Brown throwing on 3rd and long. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And these guys locked into that number 1 seed. That's been a foregone conclusion for a while now. The question on everyone's mind, can they finish the regular season a perfect 16-0?
And it all comes back to philosophy of the organization, philosophy of the head coach, and, of course, the locker room itself. What do the players want to do? And I think what most teams would do in this situation is approach it, let's win every game, but let's be smart about doing it. So it doesn't mean that they're going to go all out if, indeed, they do need to rest a few people.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain there of 21 yards. This quarterback now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. McConnell. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Give them 17 and a Cincinnati first down.
Hey, Charlie. Ready?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. Ready for the second quarter. Cincinnati, it's the Bengals with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
On the ready. That's trash. Yes. Go get him. Hey, wahoo. Check Mike 50. Mike is shoot.
On 1st and 10. McConnell, the quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 2nd down and inches. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. So 2nd and goal there from the 1. They go to the air.
And the perfect down to throw the football in this sequence. 2nd down is always kind of that, do they throw it, do they run it? They worked it out to perfection on that one by throwing it into the end zone.
The extra point up and good. And it's now 14-0. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
And still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. 2nd and 2. He completes it to Nelson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Offense.
So a decent game, but all for naught on the penalty.
That's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Brown now to throw on 2nd down. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down.
You see me?
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And the pressure gets to him again.
There's a little bit of defense right there. Nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They just snuffed out every route that was going. Quarterback never got rid of the football.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral it down near the 11-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. So 2nd in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. A run with Portis, and he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year as they are now on the board here in the first half. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And he's looked pretty good. Does have the 1 interception, but 2 touchdown passes so far. Your analysis.
Don't take the offset. When you talk about throwing 2 touchdown passes, no one wants to see an interception thrown. But those things happen in the course of a ball game and over the course of the season. But throwing 2 touchdown passes, that's why the team has an advantage. That's what they're looking for more of.
He'll be hoping to make it a 3-to-1 ratio here in the second quarter. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. McConnell. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. 2nd and 10. Throwing left side, it's complete.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Throwing on first down. McConnell buying time to his left. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Hey, Orvin. 50's the mic. 50's the mic. I got you.
2nd and 6. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down. McConnell. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7.
Well, every now and then you just absolutely outguess yourself. 3rd and inches, and they decide not to run the ball. You end up seeing the end result.
The end result was not good. They elect to pass, and it backfires. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. Here we go, here we go. Let's go, Mike 50, Mike 50. Watch the run, watch the run.
On 4th down. McConnell. And my goodness, this is incomplete. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Saints will have the football back. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on 4th.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call? Is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Open man is Kirk, complete. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7. Reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11th. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Returnable here from the 38. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Check. 61. Matchbox lights. Hey, lock it. Big rip.
And he'll give it here to his running back. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati 1st down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield. It gets intercepted.
They run on 1st down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. Here's 2nd and 8. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The Saints going to call the 1st of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Brown throwing on 1st down. They set up the screen to Portis. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 33. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, Brown. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this score will stay right where it is.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end.
No, I'm not mad at you for skipping halftime, but can I just have a sip of water real quick? Please, thank you. All right, let's go.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field.
Personal foul.
I'm not sure what this is about.
Defense.
So that one will be accepted.
Keep playing hard.
Automatic first down.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Back to throw. McConnell under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Hey. You better be afraid. Bud.
Throwing on 3rd and long. McConnell. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. So it would appear they will not be able to add to their lead on this opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, if another touchdown was scored there, now we're talking about a 2-score game, and they're probably on their way of creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense?
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Yeah, they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive, missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you put something out there, you're giving yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. On the give, here's Portis. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They hand it off to Portis. And fights through one man. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Brown. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Brown. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field. And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked out and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
They'll run on first down. Goodwin. And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. A little more room here on 2nd and 6 from the 6. Back to throw. McConnell. Wide open receiver complete. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and this is picked up by the Saints. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it a second down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Christian Kirk, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
It's never fun for a defense to run on the field knowing that they're having to defend a short field. Just the idea of trying to limit an offense in that position, daunting for a defense.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 40. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he throws.
17 there and a New Orleans first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. Thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Blocking at the point of attack there was very strong. He had a couple of running lanes.
And I never want to overlook the offensive line, but that's what they get paid to do. How about the quarterback? Everyone thinks all he's going to do is throw the football. His movement and deception can help a running game as well.
On first down, McConnell flush to his right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Second and 4. They'll throw right side here, complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. In for the score. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a Bengals score. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. And that catch, he just hit number 800 in his NFL career.
I just think that puts you in top 35 range all time in the NFL in terms of number of catches. One significant guy in that number, Shannon Sharp, who was a tight end. That's big-time play right there. I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. 17 there and a New Orleans first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Brown. From the gun, he'll throw. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell them to take care of the ball, and try to move forward. But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
That's how we do it.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle, and frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fade.
On second down now, it's Goodwin. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Hey, Haywood!
Young on third down. Going right side here, and that's complete. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
It's a gain of 7, and it'll be a second down. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. Second and 3. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. Right? They're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a fourth down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
They have gone to the fourth quarter, by the way, in that game in Cleveland. And the Browns have taken the lead late in that one. A victory there would mean they're 6th on the year. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On first down, it's Goodwin. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Hey, Charlie.
Give me some. Here we go. Switch.
Ready?
Here's Young to throw again. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. And this is a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important third down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
And he comes back with one complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll try and run for it. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. fourth quarter. Down to the final 2. Minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. And to give this time to the tailback. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10.
Look at me. Zipper. Go.
Young to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. This quarterback now 4 of 6 since taking over, and he's got a first down. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Wow, a person. Foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep.
Come on here, come get some.
Hey, Delta.
50's the mic. 50's the mic.
That one looks like he'll throw here. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
Looking to throw. McConnell to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. I got one. Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Check. Let's go.
From the gun on 3rd down. McConnell looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. And his kick is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, they've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Now Brown on first down. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Back to throw. Brown.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 24-yard line. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. He talked about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time.